Hey guys, TrueGreen7 here, and right this very second, I'm going to talk about Pokemon that have odd typing. Some Pokemon have a type that seems like it doesn't belong, or don't have a type that seems like they should have. I'm going to list the Pokemon that I personally believe are mistyped. I'm not saying any of these were mistakes. In fact, for some of these entries, I'm going to justify their current typing. But I thought it would be cool to just mention the types I believe these Pokemon should have and why I have these crazy notions. Of course, I can't get into your mind and find out which Pokemon you think should be on the list, so just enjoy. Number 10. Charizard. Oh, you guys thought Charizard would be number 1, but no, I fooled ya. You see, I totally understand that Charizard should be a Dragon type, so much so that it makes sense for Mega Charizard X to be a Dragon type, but this opinion is solely based on design. Though, to be fair, almost all of the entries are based on design. But in terms of gameplay, it would make absolutely no sense for Charizard to be a Dragon type. The first reason is that it just wouldn't be fair because it would make Charmander the only logical choice to pick as a starter, because it will be resistant to grass and water. Another big reason is that it would be so stupid to allow Dragon types to be available so early on into the game. There's only one Dragon family in Kanto and they're obtainable later in the game, and Dratini is super rare to begin with. So making Charizard a Dragon type would just ruin the rarity of the Dragon type in Generation 1, because all you'll have to do is press A to obtain him. But he is on the list because of course I would like Charizard to be a Fire Dragon type, but I am also content with him just being a dragon in Mega form. Number 9. Azurill. So Marill and Azumarill are part water types, and Azurill lives by the water and uses water type attacks, so why isn't Azurill a water type? I know nobody cares, especially since it's going to evolve anyways, but the fact that Azurill is not a water type annoys me for some reason. I don't know, it's just annoying. So Azurill is known as the Polka Dot Pokemon. It does not seem like Azurill has any polka dot pattern, but the species name makes sense when you notice how in Japanese, polka dots are called Mizutama, which literally means water balls, which is why Azurill looks like a ball of water. So why isn't it a water type? I really shouldn't care about this, but I do. You know why Azurill is crying? Because it doesn't get stab damage from water type attacks. Number 8. Mega Absol. I know these tufts of fur don't contain any bones and are not actually wings, so Mega Absol shouldn't gain the flying type, but damn, does this design scream fairy type. When Mega Evolution was revealed and Mega Absol was right in my face, I know I thought that it would become a fairy dark type, but well, it didn't. This majestic beast, this beautiful creature, this alluring animal just oozes fairy type, like a sprinkler. And considering how this Pokemon has this wing-like fur, Absol is definitely supposed to represent some kind of guardian angel. After all, he's probably a mistyped dark-type Pokemon, since he is mistaken to be a bringer of doom, when in fact he hasn't been proven to be a cause of disasters. Let's at least all agree that Absol is a pretty good-looking Pokemon. Number 7. Trapinch and Vibrava. Of course, if Pokemon with 3 types became a thing, then Flygon should be a bug type as well. But for now, there's nothing wrong with Flygon being a dragon and ground type. It makes sense, so he's not on this spot. But Vibrava and Trapinch are definitely mistyped. Trapinch is literally a bug and is based on an antlion. I know Nincada is a ground bug type, so having 2 ground bug types early on in the game would be pretty dumb. But Trapinch deserves that bug typing as well. But there is no excuse for Vibrava being a dragon type. A ground bug type with Levitate would make a little more sense than making this a dragon and this not a dragon. Number 6. Florges. So I imagine that in 2012, Ken Sugimori must have come to Junichi Masuda and was like, "Hey Masuda, I made this new Pokemon based on flower nymphs. It's called Florges, the garden Pokemon, from the word flora meaning flower and gorgeous. Its pre-evolved forms also hold a flower that actually becomes part of Florges' body once it fully evolves. So it's a fairy grass type, right?" No, it's just a fairy type. Is that a problem? Not at all! Of course it's a problem! I don't know why Florges isn't a grass type. Number 5. The Porygon family. So Porygon is a Pokemon made entirely of computer programming code. Porygon 2 is a more advanced model, and Porygon Z is a glitched out Porygon 2. So wouldn't it make sense for at least one of these Pokemon to be an electric type? The normal type is fine, I get it. I like Zangoose. He should have been a fighting type, but I get it. Normal's fine, but the electric type really could have sparked a little more popularity into this evolutionary line, especially since a lot of its usable attacks are electric type, one of which is Magnet Rise, and that would really help with all them ground types running around. While we're at it, let's give Volbeat and Illumise electric typing as well. Let's give every Pokemon the electric typing. You get an electric type, and you get an electric type. Everybody gets an electric type. Number 4. Banette. Hey you, kid, do you know the backstory behind Banette?
Oh, well, not really. I don't actually play Pokemon.
So Banette is a doll that became a Pokemon over its grudge of being thrown away. At night, it seeks the child who disowned it. You know, to kill the child. So I defined this Pokemon as bad. Maybe I'll go as far as to call it evil. So I believe the Dark type would be appropriate. I know, 2 Ghost Dark types in one region would be weird, but guess what? I don't care. Number 3. Marowak. So I really don't understand why Marowak is a ground type. It may be my problem, maybe it's obvious. I don't know. Is it because bones are buried in the ground? Not this one. Or this one. Those bones are on his body. Even if this ground typing was justified, then the fighting typing could also be added without any problem. There hasn't even been a ground fighting type yet, so maybe Mega Marowak can fix that. Number 2. Golduck. In my second Pokemon Misconceptions video, I talked about how Golduck is often mistaken for a water psychic type. We all know how Golduck has psychic abilities. Gold is even the color associated with psychic type in the Pokemon games. So why in the wonderful world of Pokemon is Golduck not a psychic type? 5 years ago I even made a psychic type evolved form of Golduck for this very reason. It's called Rebraduck, and although the artwork doesn't hold up anymore, the concept is still pretty strong. I know you're already convinced, so there's no reason to continue. And number 1 is Gyarados. So Gyarados is a water flying type. Ever since I was a young boy, I've been baffled. Baffled, I say. Confused as to why Gyarados was not a water dragon type. I mean, it looks like a Chinese dragon. It's based on the Chinese myth of carps jumping up waterfalls over a dragon gate and becoming dragons. And I know I said a dragon type shouldn't be acceptable early on into the game, but wasn't the point of Gyarados to surprise kids who took the time to train and evolve a weak Magikarp? So getting a dragon type from such a little Pokemon would be a sweet reward. I say we take the dragon typing from Altaria and give it to Gyarados. If the dragon typing isn't an option, the dark typing is okay, I guess. You hear that, Mega Gyarados? You're okay. You know what else is okay? Giving this video a like and sharing it too. If you enjoyed, consider subscribing if you haven't already. And follow me on Facebook and Twitter. And I'll see you guys very soon with another Pokemon video.